The old bus rattled slowly down the empty highway toward the small town of Ash Creek. Daniel Carter sat quietly beside the window, his weathered hands resting on a faded military bag. He was 70 years old now. His hair had turned gray long ago, but his eyes still carried the weight of a young soldier who never truly came home. 40 years. 40 years since he left this town for war. Outside the window, the golden evening light covered the empty streets and old wooden buildings. Daniel recognized the river in the distance, the same river where he once fished with his best friend, Michael Thompson. Michael had saved his life during the war, but Michael never made it home. Daniel closed his eyes as memories returned like ghosts. Helicopters, gunfire, rain falling over the jungle at night, and the voices of young soldiers calling each other in the dark. "Sir, we're here." The driver's voice pulled him back to reality. Daniel stepped off the bus slowly. The cold autumn wind touched his face as he looked around the quiet town. Everything had changed. The old repair shop owned by his father was now a coffee store. The movie theater where he once took Elise on dates had nearly fallen apart. Only the giant oak tree in the center of town still stood. Daniel walked toward it carefully. 40 years ago, before leaving for war, Michael had carved words into the tree. "We'll both come home." Daniel touched the old bark gently, but only one of them did. For a moment, the old soldier lowered his head and tried to hide the pain in his eyes. Some wounds never disappear, not even after 40 years. As the sun disappeared behind the hills, Daniel finally reached the old house at the end of the street. The porch light glowed softly in the evening darkness. His heart began to beat faster. The wooden chair his mother once used still sat beside the door. Daniel raised his shaking hand, but stopped before knocking. What if nobody remembered him anymore? What if home no longer existed? Suddenly, the door opened. A silver-haired woman stood frozen in silence. The grocery bag in her hands slipped onto the floor. Her eyes filled with tears. Daniel? He could barely breathe. It was Elise, the girl he promised to marry before leaving for war. For several seconds, neither of them spoke. 40 years disappeared in complete silence. And for the first time in decades, Daniel Carter felt something he thought he had lost forever. End of episode 1.